Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. I am seeing that we're starting live on YouTube and on Facebook. If I'm correct, we're live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. I'm getting the hang of this. But I'm still going to need a producer or director at some point. People complain about the reflection in my glasses. I use these glasses to read. If I take the glasses off, I cannot read comments that you all send. So you all have to decide with or without glasses, and I will oblige. However, I will not be able to read what you send. The YouTube people don't get the start off name of the show that the Facebook people get. The Facebook people, because I'm so accustomed to the Facebook Live now, so the Facebook people get it, well, no pun intended, live and direct. But at the end of the show, Maya Khan, she comes back and she fixes it, because Maya is, for all intents and purposes, the person who keeps this show running on the air. Even though she's not in Trinidad, and for half the time we've been doing the show, Maya's been in the hospital. So I'd like to say thank you, Maya, for your tireless service. And to Cindy, who together with Maya gave us the PEP app, P-E-P-A-P-P. You could go on any of the app download sites if you don't already have the PEP app and download it, because it's the modern thing to do. So, an absence of leadership is the name of the video. Before we get down into the bacchanal part of the bacchanal of the videos, we like to ask all of our people who are watching and listening with us. I have to keep checking the iPad. Let me tell you what Command Center looks like. Command Center is an iPad, a MacBook Pro, one iPhone mounted that is giving you this live feed on Facebook. Behind that is a Mevo Gizmo camera that's handling the YouTube broadcast, and I have another iPhone, my phone, on standby, taking messages and calls. I feel like I'm flying a 747, but we're getting there. And tonight, look, we started the show bang on. Everybody, well, almost bang on. Everybody was on the inside. We have some things to discuss, because clearly the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the hell you like land is falling apart. I don't say that to frighten you. I don't say that to scare you at all. But it feels like it's falling apart. There are things happening that do not augur well. But share the video. Let's get Blue Boy, who you know as Super Blue, to bring us in with one of the best calypsos I have ever known. It's called Soca Baptist. I love the lyrics in this song. Anyway, while I share it and you share it, Blue Boy in the background. So I tell my partner, why don't we get closer? Because I tell myself I'm here in Soca. Sorry for the interruption. I remember reading a PNM sycophantic troll. I can't remember her name. It's a woman. And she said that she came to listen to one of my videos, but it was too much head bopping and calypso. Baby girl, it's my show. I like calypso, and I like to dance to my calypso. So if you don't like it, there are other things to watch. Anyway, that was for them. Because I give the audience all they say. All they say. We discuss everything, the time, the length, what we play, all of that. But you don't get to come in here and say you don't like that we play calypso. This part of the show. This is information and entertainment. We like to call it infotainment. Pep Talks. Share this video. YouTube people, email the link to everybody you know. I know you always get lazy, eh? And I know that, okay, we see him Monday, yay! And Tuesday, hey, look, Phil, Wednesday, we back. Because for some reason, we dip on a Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're back like, I don't know what happens on a Tuesday. and then by Thursday, oh yeah, look Philip again. Listen, we'll stop doing videos on Thursdays if the numbers stay smaller. It's at 297 now. Cross 500 before we're done, you know. Or they will edit Thursdays because they're saying, Phil, you're looking tired. And you could use a rest. Use Thursday and go to the movies. Or pick up some nice girl and go and have dinner at Ruby Tuesdays. I don't know. You have a responsibility to share the video far and wide. YouTube people, you all are new to the family, although you all have been getting it as a delay broadcast, because what Maya did before we went live on the YouTube channel is that Maya used to take this video and rip it at the end of the video and then rebroadcast it on YouTube. But now YouTube people, we are treating you all very, very special, and you need to return the favor. There is a link at the top of what you're watching this YouTube video on, and we're asking you to copy that and to email it and send it, WhatsApp it to everybody you know and tell them, look at this video, because I mean, the guy, he's bright, he's intelligent, he has dimples, a good video to watch, and subscribe so that I don't have to keep sending you this email. Yes, anyway, Blue Boy, sorry about the interruption. Share it everywhere. Share it like tamarind. Spread it like peanut butter. You'll get the idea, right? Use your phone, call people, WhatsApp, text them, say, hey, Phil is live. Show us that you're... Listeners, to spin me. I start to fight with them. So the spirit in me, they are no mercy. When they see a rally giving trouble, the preacher let out of his Bible. Oh Lord, yeah, for chapter 2, verse 4. Psalm 156, which was sung around Baptist mix. Oh Lord, singing, whoa, like Soca Baptist. Like Soca Baptist. Like Soca Baptist. Whoa, like Soca Baptist. Like Soca Baptist. Whoa. Sadiq Abdullah Mohammed asked me if I am associated with Herbert Volney. I do not know how to answer that question other than forthrightly. No, sir, not under any circumstances. Mr. Volney does whatever Mr. Volney does. But this organization, the Progressive Empowerment Party, is completely devoid and stripped down of any recycled politician that you have ever known. All of the fancy footwork that you're going to get are brand new people coming along to give you a kind of political love you're not accustomed to. But to ask that question, I had to answer that question. No, we are not. We are not associated with any party, past, present, or to come. The Progressive Empowerment Party. I feel like when I say that, I feel like Patrick Manning. You remember, that's his signature move. And I tell you, we will fight them in the north and in the south. Anyway. We, the Progressive Empowerment Party, are not associated, aligned, otherwise part of any other political party of any kind. If they tell you so, they lie. And we will tell you again and again and again, we are affiliated, associated members of nothing. If they want to join the Progressive Empowerment Party, if you hear them sharing our messages, we can't stop that. If you hear them supporting and endorsing, again, we can't stop that. And can't get them wrong for having finally dawning on some common sense. I see politicians and central bank governors and heads of chambers of commerce. I see owners of conglomerates, because everybody that sign on, your name comes up on my screen. Don't hide. It's cool. I ain't calling you out. I ain't putting nobody on blast. But what I'm saying is, everybody's finding their way here. Because at the end of the day, despite the complete absence of leadership on every other front, the Progressive Empowerment Party is like a light to your path. Everything we talk about, every issue we address, every issue of national concern, every matter that the people of Trinidad and Tobago once addressed, they come here first. They come here first, and this is a place where there is an absence, a complete absence of the bacchanal. Your Prime Minister last night scandalized the entire female population of this country again. And it caused It caused someone to write this, and I had to share it because it was so brilliantly a young woman, and she wrote this, and she said, let's get something straight, Mr. Emailgate. You don't get to tell anyone about baseless accusations. International Women's Day won't set a sweet bullshit about respecting women. Ha! In your campaign, you were talking about your opponent's vagina, receiving much support and cheer from degenerates. And now, trying to reduce a matter of public concern and corruption by calling the opposition leader's behavior geometry. That is not your wife you're talking to, not your friends, nor any of your baby mamas. It was the media and it was the official statement about the investigation. This is the quality of leadership we scrape the barrel for. Useless, classless piece of dry cassava who's aspiring to be Tiger Woods. I give her a round of applause. I give her 10 out of 10. And I love how she stuck the landing. And I'll tell you all something. And I wrote. Sarah Kalipasan wrote so eloquently, so succinctly, so almost musically that I had to share. I absolutely adore reading something that I can add nothing to, not even an edit. The effrontery of the jackass we have for our Prime Minister, the almost Neanderthal mutterings that continue to debase and humiliate our women, so deserving of a Trumpian pushback by the women of this country. But for a nation populated with more self-respecting and courageous women like this one, we need to be very clear. You do not abuse the bully pulpit that belongs to the people. You just took the women's pulpit and cussed them with it. You Neanderthal jackass, Keith Rowley, and we are sick to death of you. The people of Trinidad are fed up. When they say that you couldn't come back because of the storm, people was praying for more storm. Stay. We like the picture of you in California house. Go back. Stay. Listen, you have a jackass lineup in that PNM. Nobody can say no. Nobody can say that's a lie. The entire cabinet would shit. But any one of them better than you. Leave. Go. You've done your part. You've made commerce bacchanal. You've made a mess. Go. Go. Ride off into the sunset with all your baby mamas. Go. We're fed up. You're an embarrassment of epic proportions. Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. You're an embarrassment to PNM people. I have never heard PNM people stay so quiet. You've embarrassed the crap out of the whole PNM. Eric Williams, get out the ground, pick up his own coffin and leave. He said he's going Grenada. He can't believe this is his party. And I don't get him wrong. I don't get him wrong at all. You've made, and I can tell you, if I was George Chambers, resting in peace, I would be so happy there's a Keith Rowley. Because George Chambers was the biggest joke of a prime minister we ever had. And you pass him like Usain Bolt. Like you make George Chambers look like he was going the other way. Whoosh! Now we have a Rowley. And let me tell you, they're going to make plenty joke about you. But they're waiting. Because you're kind of clumsy. And you're capable of doing shit. So instead of pushing you to make any kind of clumsy mistake, and then your sidekick, your number two, satin draws himself, Faris Al-Rawi. He is one clumsy jackass myself. And all you have control of the Treasury, Ministry of National Security, and the law books. So we're going to wait till all you're gone. And then we're going to real laugh. We're going to real laugh. We're going to laugh. We're going to laugh. You know, people say, remember when we put God out with thoughts and put Rowley and Al-Rawi in the government? People don't want to talk about Peter Pan anymore. They just leave here alone. Leave here alone. Stay far. Give Faris a wide berth. Why? Because he and his family went and trained with guns. So we don't know what they're doing. But you see when people posing with AR-15 on Facebook, I just give them pure respect because, well, you know. But truth be told, the Prime Minister has disrespected, but I feel is deliberate. The man cannot be a jackass, that much of a jackass. He's been in Parliament for 31 years. He has to have some redeeming quality, some few brain cells in orbit in that vast Milky Way between his ears that comprehends action and consequence. And I feel that geometry was to distract all you from A&V Oil and Rohan Sinanan and his ferries. I feel so. Because I know Big Head and them name coming out in all kind of thing. So, you know who's Big Head? When you see him, he head big like a chest. But forget that. I'm not calling, listen, I'm doing my best, right? But you have to agree, we have plenty enough reason to be vexed and angry in this country. We have plenty enough reason. Is that a proper sentence? Is that grammatically correct? Are the grammar police going to come? I don't know. But we have plenty enough. And for all the people who let the best be the enemy of the good, we need to get the good. We need to come to a place where the leadership that we choose for this country actually know what the hell they're doing. We need people who know what the hell they're doing. Right now, you cannot calculate the size of the loss that Tobago has endured with the PNM. But it's the same Tobagonians who's suffering had to go and line up with the tail between their legs and collect that THA salary. So they don't know what to do. Because they're driven out of business. They can't function. They have a government who demonstrated succinctly that they're willing to cut them off. Tobagonians run out of food. Tobagonians afraid Trinidad right now because of Keith Rowley. We've never had a jackass so clumsily capable of causing so many people so much distress. Keith Rowley, by his existence, causes distress. Distresses everybody. Nobody in Trinidad happy. I watch his wife walking alongside him for the Independence Parade, and she reminded me of the penguins on that show, Madagascar, where they say, just keep smiling, just keep smiling. Smile and wave, boy, smile and waves. You're not happy. You're not enjoying it. When all you're going chutters and sit down with the little Syrian cabal, all this, you could see you're uncomfortable. It's like you're wearing sandpaper underwear. You're not happy. Why are you doing this? You're in the sunset of your years. I understand that they're treating you for all kind of things. Take your millions and go. It's not like anybody in any office of state running you down. It's Trinidad. In Trinidad, if your teeth small, it's jail for you. But if your teeth big, it's sir, how you going? There used to be a joke long ago when the steel company, Dan Steel was owing Royal Bank so much money that when Ramuta Singh showed up in Royal Bank, they started to make coffee for Ramuta Singh, because Ramuta Singh, if they had put him in receivership, they would have put Royal Bank in receivership. It was that bad. You must teeth so big that people want to cry when you're dead. I remember a joke somebody tell me. They had these two brothers who was mafia bigwigs, and one died. So the other one went to the priest in the church and he said, I would like you to say that my brother was a decent human being. The priest said, I can't say that in church. That's a lie. He said, I want you to say it, and I'll give you $100,000. And the priest said, as much as I want the $100,000, I can't say it. It's a lie. He said, if you don't say it, we'll kill you. The priest had a choice. Funeral day, brother sitting down watching him, coffin in front of the priest, and the priest saying, the man in that coffin is a criminal, a crook, a murderer, spawn of Satan, diseased. It would have been better if he had never been born. But compared to his brother, he was a decent human being. Yeah? Our reality, we have an absence of leadership at any level. We've just sworn in a man. Did we swear him in? Did that day pass? I don't know. I can't keep track of the bullshitology in the bullshitocracy of the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the hell you like land. The Chancellor of our university, the University of the West Indies, their business, Bermudez, Holiday Foods, not Holiday Foods, Kiss and Quelo, are in business breaking the law. Every single day. Every single day, trucks leave Quelo's Kiss to break the law. To park people on the side of the road to sell bread illegally without any permit. To put people who desperately in need of employment or to make money are now dodging traffic, inhaling car smoke, sheltering under plastic bag, selling hops bread illegally on the side of the road. Next, they're so bold-faced. You see, I tell you, when you're thieving in Trinidad, you must thief big, not thief small. If you have one bakery and you come outside to sell currants roll, it's police for you. But when you use Kiss and you send out 400 of them, police stopping to buy bread. Yes, the irony is lost on everybody. It is a country that does not understand that if you have little boys out of school, washing your windows for your car, and not getting an education so that they could have a life, get a job, and take care of themselves, we are a people who can't line that up with the grown ass who now, without an education, can't even get a KFC or security guard work, had to come and break in your house. Or you hold you up in your business, rent a gun, and come and rob you. We kind of dotish that way. I don't know. I believe, but then you see on Facebook, on social media, and I get so much responses to what I post. And some of these people, you just wonder if their brain just there to keep their ears from fighting. The things they say, the things that come out their mouth, they don't mind that that what they say here don't line up with what they say there. They don't mind. They just want to be able to say, I say it, and it's so. And, okay, but what happens if you say it about something that disagrees with you? What happens to your logic then? What happens if you say the sun rises in the north while watching it rise in the east? Do you change the position of the planet? What? I don't know. A complete absence of leadership. Today we heard that a Morva couple, and the way that's written, this is what CNC3 wrote. Morva couple to be charged with murder of Dr. Claire Broadbridge, which just juxtaposed Trinidad. These are the disposable fire truckers, Morva, Beetham, Laverton, and Sealots, that we could cuss. We could say anything we want about them. They're useless, they're valueless, and they could dead. We could hang them, call them murderers. When you arrest them, put a picture in the papers because they're poor and they're black and they're from Morva, which is a double standard. But we are lost on the fact that if we continue to treat the people of Morva, Beetham, Laverton, and Sealots that way, at some point there's going to be a pushback. But we'll talk about that later. Morva couple to be charged with murder of Dr. Claire Broadbridge. Now, 10 out of 10 to the police for swift work. Now, this is the question I have to ask. And all of you, because I have an above average following. I know that. Intelligence. Above average for intelligence. Because you wouldn't stick it out this long. It's a lot of big words, a lot of things to follow, and then we do conversations that segue into other conversations and have to come back and make a point, and you have to keep following that while dealing with the trolls and the people who come. They have a guy who's come on the thread for some reason to sell roti. Anyway, we have to ask of the police, why can't we get this type of interdiction speed on all the other murders? And we're happy that you've arrested the people that you suspect, because we still have the whole court prosecution matter to go through before we find out if this is really them. Remember, this is the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the hell you like land. To shut up the media, who their job is just a copy and paste. What you tell them to say, they say. They say, they say, they say. So all the police have to do is go and pick up two and say, you know what? We can charge all you. We'll only go after, but just take the charge so the media can come off way back. Plenty heat. That's Trinidad. Because we don't follow through and we don't follow up. We don't call to ask after. I told somebody, these people, I was having a conversation, and I said, there's a young boy, 11 years old, he's going to school, and apparently, he's going to school with somebody else's children, and that person, dropping him to school, picking him up, getting him dropped home, whatever, and somewhere along the line, this boy is sexually abused. And they suspect it is this man. But they don't know. But fast forward, and there's a party. In a very upscale part of Trinidad and Tobago, there's a pool party, and this little boy comes. But he doesn't have a swim trunk. So he's being lent a swim trunk. But what really happens is he's actually lent to somebody else, because this is what people suspect. This is what we've been told, that he was taken into another room where he was raped by another adult. And in the process of raping this little 11-year-old boy, this man, either accidentally or deliberately, because he's obviously a freak, killed the boy. So now the boy is dead. Party swinging, piñata hanging, cake, ice cream to come. But now we have a dead 11-year-old boy in a room who was just buggered by one of your guests. Now, I want to tell you, it takes a lot to be a host for a party and have that kind of issue to deal with. I mean, Karen could go, the ice cream could start to melt, the people with the flowers laid, fine. But to have a dead boy who's just been buggered by one of your guests, just been raped and murdered, it's going to take more than Miss Marple's housekeeping guide. It took a level of conspiracy and deranged minds. You all find these days I stop cussing. I'm proud of myself. Anyway, so the party is still going on. Children are jumping in and out of the pool. Everybody's having a good time. They're telling stories. Yes. Remember when? Yes, I saw. Good. Fat. They had to hide this little boy's body. So the guy who brought him, the guy who raped him, and apparently, what we believe, the owner of the property, because how could this happen and they not know? Where do you hide a dead raped boy, 11 years old? Where do you put that? I don't know. I mean, from a feng shui point of view, where's the best place to put that body? And yes, I'm making a... Anyway. And after the party, and everybody's gone, bye! Say hi to Joan for me, okay? But somebody went and bring that body and put it at the bottom of the pool and say, look at body in the pool. They found adult semen on the swim trunks. So the swim trunks had to disappear. One of the reasons I got into politics, actually I became a social activist, was to never let Trinidad forget the name Akil Chambers. That's what happened to Akil Chambers. And I will never stop raising that issue. Akil would have been 26, 27 today. Akil was raped and murdered. I tell that story to people who they're in their 20s and they don't know that story. And to the people who got their stomach a little upset because it's the first time you heard that story. Because the people responsible are still walking around upright normal. We don't know. They could be bullying other people's children. We don't know. We're not in a position to know. But the younger people I was telling didn't know. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. We don't follow through. So these two people who were arrested for Claire Broadbridge murder, until an actual jury and a judge, and there's a sentence, a verdict, and a sentencing, we don't know. We will never know. We live in a country where life is so hard, it is so difficult, and we need to be drunk and bent over when we're not busy, we don't pay attention to shit. There are people in jail in this country convicted of nothing. They're in a box, they're in a cage, convicted of nothing. So every now and then, somebody gets a video of life inside the jail and want to make a joke of these people. And it's like there is a disconnect in us where we cannot understand those are humans too. There go any of you. But for the grace of God, luck, chance. There are people, and I am saying this again, I have been saying this for years. There are people in the jail convicted of nothing. That is a human rights violation. The last time we had such an atrocity, the world went to war. We are taking human beings and denying them their rights. And you see, we're so racist. Most of them black. And the black people will say, don't say black. What I could say, I don't even know what's the correct word anymore. Not white? Afro-training? What? Anyway, fire truck that. But because they're black and maybe they're from Morpha, Beatam, Lavantil, see, they're disposable. So put them in a cage. We're a mad nation. Because in any other sane nation, Ramesh Lawrence Maharaj, who is a human rights lawyer, that's what he calls himself, found himself representing fake oil guy. But stick a pin there. That's whose human rights you're going to fight for. Your Excellency, I am appealing to you. Use your power. You are the most learned High Court judge in this country. You were on the bench in The Hague. You now have, I want to tell you powers that you may not know you have. You have the power to summon all of those people out of the jail. And anybody who is not there on a murder charge or a rape charge or treason, vacate the matter. Pardon them. Because the Chief Justice also has the power. The Chief Justice, or any judge for that matter, could summon them all and say, listen, plead guilty. I'll sentence you to time served. Sorry that you have it on your record, but take that and go. The Director of Public Prosecutions, he too has the power. The Director of Public Prosecutions, under the Constitution, if you and me fighting over a quart of oil and a reaching court, the DPP could come in the court in that matter and vacate it. He has that magical power. He could vacate any matter. The DPP could vacate any court matter of any kind. He don't answer to nobody. So the Director of Public Prosecutions could free these people because it is unfair to have people jailed convicted of nothing. That is a human rights atrocity. This country is a signatory to the United Nations Charter of Human Rights. How the hell do we reconcile that? But you don't care because they're black. Let's be honest. We don't care about black people in this country. We don't, unless they get education and join something. You know, you bounce them up in Rotary and Lions and, oh God, you're on the chamber board, that'd be nice to hear. And I know you don't want to fire truck and laugh at that. But if this was not true, we talk so much shit and try to get people to understand. You have values. It is your values that make you make choices. Those values were taught to you. I am speaking to people who went big school, prestige school. They have more degrees than a thermometer. And they don't understand simple things like that. They think every human being have the same mind, the same knowledge, the same value system. And all of us could make the same decisions. But it just so happened a disproportionate amount of black people in this country choose. Westmoreland, Goodwood Park, Victoria Gardens, Morpha, Beatam, Lavantil, Ceylon. I'll take Morpha, Beatam, thanks. And it's bullshit. And we have to know we're bullshitting. But we bullshit to distract ourselves. People, please stop messaging unless something on fire. And if it's on fire, write it on the thread here and I'll read it. We have to bullshit ourselves because there's an absence of leadership and we don't know what to do, who to turn to. People come to me with the with the most ridiculous problems. And I always have to say, I do not have any state or government power now. If I did, your case would become a precedent and we'd make a law. But I don't have it now and I cannot help you. You have to go to your MP, go to the relevant minister, go to the statutory authority. Who do these people locked in jail tonight, convicted of nothing, go to? Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabgaroli. You said, not me, you said you were the blackest man in Trinidad and Tobago. You said it. The people who are in jail tonight, convicted of nothing, needs your intervention. Needs it. And there's no such thing as pre-crime. And we need to stop distressing people for poverty and start to treat with poverty. We need to deal with poverty. Because the poverty that has these people living like this grows them up into those who don't escape. You see, we say this bullshit, but look, one with a basketball contract, 1 out of 10,000. Look, he become a footballer, 1 out of 10,000. Look, he get a scholarship, 1 out of 10,000. Stop letting the exception be the rule. We have plenty people being left behind. And when you leave them behind and they turn 18, when you turn 18 and everybody went and get the driver's permit and they get a job and they went and they paid on the car and they rock back and they bubbling, he couldn't. And he want a bubble too. He want a stunt all the way. You think it's only you want to like yourself and pull up girls on the avenue? He wanted to. And you're telling him, go and hold the rope in trial band and sweep out the piss truck. That is your role in life and society, because unfortunately, you're born black in a nation where to be black is sufferation. What did Philip say? He's a racist. Philip had to be a racist. And complete absence of leadership. Black people look at me and they want to tell me, I've heard, they say that you are actually a black civil rights man. That's what you do. All of my policies, when you read the policies that I put out, it is aimed at going into those communities, you know. When I say home ownership for everybody, even, especially is the word I want to use, minimum wage earners. I want to go to the security guard that you all think you're left behind. I want to go to the KFC cashier that you think you're left behind and raise them up too. I want to give them equity and a stake in this country. All week, all month, I'm hearing about friends. This one have a stroke, that one have a heart attack. Life ends. I know I don't have to. My family lives long, but I don't know. I don't know what's God's plan for me. But I have friends like Big Head who all they want to do is stunt and fool. Anyway, let me don't come across like jackass Rowley. Yeah? Listen. Political will is what gets things done. Political will is shaped by public participation. What you focus on will get done. No matter how they come to distract you. How do I get Trinidadians to understand that if we stop focusing on anything else and focus on Morva, Bitam, Lavantel and Silots, go and get those boys out of the jail who are in jail for nothing, start to deal with these people and retool, repurpose, and give them the opportunity to have a fully contributing life. They will make every effort to take it further and take it forward. People don't like to suffer. People don't like to take chance. We've made it fashionable for people to defend criminality in this country because that's all you've left them. We've left them no choice but to embrace criminality. That's a dangerous, dangerous thing. And we've done this. I want to read something to you today that somebody named, but like it disappeared. They must take it down. They take it down. I shall copy it. because I'm not seeing it no more. You all know that Trinidad exporting guns now and ammunition. We export it to Barbados, and that's the one they catch. You're not proud. The Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the hell you like land is now the crime capital of the Caribbean. If you want it, you could get it. Oh wait, people WhatsApping me this shit too. Thing don't die on social media. So I'll read it on my phone. On my iPhone. What is going on here? Yeah. Actually, I have time with that. I don't want to sign in all kind of madness. But I read today, and I wrote today after I read that. Okay, so let me tell you what it was, because I'm not seeing it. Or you know what? Anybody on my thread, on Facebook now, if you have that story that you could share with me from this guy, Keith Neves. Because a fellow named Keith Neves and Cherise were walking down around the savannah, and they passed about 18 school children, teenagers. And while they were passing them, one of the boys cuffed him hard in the back of his head. And when he chased the boy, another one of the boys come with an orange cone and hit him with it, and they all run off laughing. And I said, because he was perturbed, and rightly so. And I said, I just read a post that has me troubled. And it appears that the violence is leaving the hotspots and may be migrating to a community near you. Be careful, be vigilant, be alert. Much of what you think exists to protect you doesn't. At all times, keep your wits about you. Do not act on revenge, no matter the assault or randomness of the act or acts of violence, but rather self-preservation and safety of those you love. We have zero leadership coming out of either the government or opposition or anything like moral authority, and every level and sphere of society knows it. The levels of murder and violent crime, the open corrupting of all systems of state, and the failure of law enforcement to properly enforce law are all symptoms of the collapse of the center. When all that you have been warning of begins to come to pass, there's no sense of victory, of I told you so, but of sadness, knowing that all of this could have been prevented. All that is coming could have been as well. Over 10 years ago, I wrote an article entitled The Coming Storm. The gathering clouds do not portend well. I fear we may be running out of time. Now, this doesn't mean that there is going to be violence. I don't know. But it means that even if these two people who murdered Claire Broadbridge are the actual people, there was nothing at work in this country for decades. For decades, nothing's been put in place to prevent that from happening. So to protect her and to protect everybody, we don't know why she was murdered. Somebody told me a story that she fired a gardener in Goodwood Park. She in Goodwood Park. She's safe. You gotta pass through gates, plural, to get into Goodwood Park. And somebody come and knock on her door, a next gardener from somebody else's house, and say, you shouldn't fire that man, you know. And she said, why? She said, because he connected in Caranage. I remember calling St. James Police once to tell them on a job site we were having problems with a gang. And the police officer told me off the record, make a deal with them. So and I read the thread and I made a comment, but I know every swinging dick that joined Mr. Neves are all in outrage. Hang them, shoot them, skin them, drag them, no problem. No problem until that wolf reached your door. You see, when it was Keith Neves and 18 of them, they had no killing, skinning, dragging, nothing. And if he didn't slow his roll and stay in his lane, then a drag he. Our society is failing. And you cannot add your anger to their anger. Fire or out fire, no matter what they tell you. We, as a people, have to elect. And you see the people who dog in my every step. Miss me with your bullshit now. Well, they're following the real close. Eh? If you was following Keith and Kamala close, so we'd have saved plenty money, you know. But somebody said today, Philip, you have a good chance of being Prime Minister. I say I have a better chance of being the opening batsman for the West Indies, but we will see, because I look good in white. But anyway, we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, have a principled responsibility to deal with this. Stop talking shit. Stop talking, jail them, kill them, murder them, drag them, burn down, coconut bullshit. Stop it. Stop it. Let's deal with the issue. All people are the same people. Unless you have a physical or mental handicap, all people are the same raw material. We have the same opportunities to have values and character built into us that will determine how we live our lives, how we react to each other. And if we've left an entire section of our society to devolve and come at us in anger, don't cuss when you get what you bill. It's like you plant orange and you vex when orange bear. This is a mad-ass nation, and the whole middle class, forget Philip Alexander, he talking bullshit, go ahead. Don't get one gun license, get 4. When you're going to the bank, go with your AR-15, that's freedom. Ain't? Freedom, you're free. Put a flamethrower on your back. Your little children, when you pick them up from school, as they jump in the car, see who can hold the bazooka, give the other one a sniper rifle. You in the back there, hold this magnum. We're going down the road and we're free. Keep your eyes peeled. Danger zone. Bullshit. Bullshit. A nation of bullshit. Kamala and the UNC, bullshit. Keith Rowley and the Jackass Brigade in the PNM, bullshit. David Abdullah and his marching band, bullshit. TOP and the cassava and Baji money, bullshit. ILP, that one-man bandit show, bullshit. The Congress of the People, the party that want to tell you it has all of the morals and family values of every other party in the world, is the first party where for them to ever have an election, they always have to end up in court and sue one another. 2 sets of brothers have judgments against each other because of COP. All you can't get along in the party, but you want to run the country. Bullshit. Who else outside there? Herbert Volney, bullshit. Samuel Stafford, bullshit. Inshan Ishmael, bullshit. All of these people coming at you with their agenda for their bullshit. There is only one political party in this country that has as its principal ideology the redevelopment of all the people of Trinidad and Tobago into a cohesive nation, one people under one flag. There is only one political party that tells you its policies and says to the other sides, steal them. Put them in action now, because we know and you know it'll work. And it's embarrassing those jackasses, because the money they want to steal is hidden in their incompetence. And that's why they're incompetent. Port of Spain don't flood because they don't know how to fix flood. Port of Spain floods so that overnight contractors could become billionaires and take their children to Las Vegas. Crime not happening in this country because we don't know how to fix crime. Crime is happening in this country so that people could import arms and ammunition and sell security devices. Half the population now is security guards. Check it out. If you fix crime in this country, half of Grenada had to go back home. And Nigeria for some reason. A lie? Tell me a lie now, man. Write it here. Philip, you're lying son of a bitch. But it's all bullshit. Kamala is outside there now posing. I want to read something today. The Express of all things. The Janet of Independence Square. but I agree with this editorial. The so-called fake oil scandal is a good example of why so many people have become disillusioned with politicians. I just said it. It's all bullshit. Here is a matter of serious public interest in which the state oil company Petrotrin has allegedly been defrauded over a period of 8 years of roughly $100 million in oil by a private producer. Now, defrauded is when you steal $100 million. Hold up is when you go in the gas station and take out the hose. You understand the difference? 100 million is defraud, so they have to come at you different. Gun in the face in the gas station, that is hold up, that is theft, that is police can deal with that. This is no matter for political finger pointing and bacchanal. It is a matter for the police. The question of who was friend with whom and who has it in for whom is irrelevant. Could not agree with you more. The only important question is whether the evidence exists to support the allegation of the August 17th audit report that A&V Oil and Gas has inflated its oil production figures and defrauded Petrotrin of almost $100 million. Stolen money. They've stolen $100 million. If the evidence exists, the Petrotrin board and management have one immediate priority, which is to call in the fraud squad. After that, it needs to conduct a full-scale internal investigation into the integrity of its transactions with other producers and to comprehensively review its operation to determine how such a scam was facilitated. For her part, the opposition leader has done the public a service in revealing the existence of the audit report. Having done so, however, Mrs. Prasad Bisesha should allow the investigation to take its course. In attempting to exploit the situation to maximum political advantage, she is drawing equal attention to the failure of her own administration, given that this fake oil scam is alleged to have continued under her watch, having begun under the Manning administration. Now you tell fire truck in me, every bandit in this country connected to those two parties somehow. Because they sway in a minister and a gangster from Silots in President House. Run down in detour quick and buy a shoot at a pants and a tie. And to this day, nobody can explain how somebody known to police breach all security protocols, stand up next to His Excellency. What next for them to do? We are playing a bizarre game of all fours. High-low, hang-jack and game, and it's we, Jack hanging every time. We the people. Because Kamla Prasad Bisesha leads a criminal enterprise, and she knows that. She knows because she's been in the United National Congress for a long time. And I want you to hear something, because they have this song that Kurt Allen sang, and I think I have the only copy left in the world, and if I could find it now, I will play it for you, because in the song he makes a point. And if I get it, you will hear it. And if I don't, I apologize. But in this song, he makes the point that hear it for yourself. Hear the song for yourself. We're going to talk after.
I want to fly.
Listen to the words.
Fly up to the sky. UNC change up, things rearrange up. They say since they get rid of past, let the past be the past. UNC brand new, they're going to tell you
party have no more rubbish.
But when I look around, what do I see? Recycled politicians. I see kangaroos like Assam and Ramlogan, hopping from bandwagon to wagon. So they polish and shine, they fall back.
Shut up.
But that cannot teach my mind. Jump high, jump low, whether sun or rain. I am falling for that again.
The same faces.
New administration.
Same faces.
Blowing new positions. With a brand new chief.
USC.
The same bunch of scamming thieves. When the airport billions disappear. Remember, Rudlal was right there. When the English bank account didn't declare. Remember, Warner was right there. But they changed their pants and they changed their skirt. They changed their blouse and they changed their shirt. They even changed the style of their hair. But they had changed their stinking underwear. Change. I said to change. I wanna fly.
Wait now, wait.
BNM vibrant, sounding triumph.
Check this million message.
With Rowley on the platform, everybody acting like numb. BNM ready, they say the ship's steady. No confidence, motion aside. The Bali say have nothing to hide. But when I look around, what do I see? Yes, men, politicians. I see the good, the bad, and the ugly going back for re-election.
And call back.
This way it's the truth and investment.
And call back instead of them. Marlene come back. Camille come back. Gopi Spoon come back.
Is it people who easier to control?
Tell me that.
Same faces who support the Rowley plot. Who supported you the cut. Still in disbelief, look around.
The same bunch of blasted thieves.
When Dr. Rowley was tossed in the air, remember, Imbot was right there. When Calda was
Imbot say he's a thief.
remember, Conrad was right there.
He say him a thief.
They changed the socks and they changed the shoe. They even changed makeup artists too. They put on perfume smelling like a rose.
But they may change there.
Stinking underclothes. Change,
And it ain't done.
change.
I wanna fly. Right up in the sky.
Sister Kamala come.
Sister Kamala come clean.
Going green. We want to ask you this for a while. Is it true or false?
Warner had a file.
Father Manning come good. Or you getting wood. Look, we do not want to encroach. Is it true or false?
You was building a church. The Dwayne Cathedral.
Look around. What do I see? Cunning politicians. I see men who would sacrifice their own people to advance their own ambition. So we caught up in hype while ignoring the type of leaders we choose to promote. Men who will put on coat, rush to take oath, then turn around and bust with throat. Same faces, smiling for the camera. Same faces, only talking tata. Same faces, there is no relief. Look around.
Same bunch of scamping thieves.
When Ishan Fergie had money
Listen.
to share, remember, Kamala was right there. When Montel was financing without fear, remember, Manning was right there. So they changed the bra and they changed the tie. They changed the truth and turned it a lie. They have outfits to change for the court, but they had changed their
Stinking jockey shorts. Hear me now. All of them know what they're doing. Kid Rowley leads a criminal enterprise. The People's National Movement is a criminal enterprise. The fact that this country was built broken, the fact that this country does not have law enforcement that could take that criminal enterprise apart, the fact that this country doesn't have a justice system to jail the lot of them doesn't redeem them. So when they come to you and tell you, show me arrest, trial, and conviction, I have to tell you, this is the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of do what the fire truck you like land. Because here, you could get away with anything. Ish and Steve laughing all the way to the bank. All the way, and Kamala was right there. We have to stop the bullshit. I see Stephen Cadiz point out every day. He point out a blog, and I keep asking Stephen, Where the fire truck were you when the UNC that you put in office was raping this nation? Why you wasn't blogging then, Steve? But if I say that, there are 5,000 white people in the country. So I call Catherine Stonemeyer white out. I get some white pushback. No problem. I keep telling you all, you know. I ain't fighting down no work. But we will deal with the issues in this country. And we will face them full on. Because I want to tell you something. When the shit storm hit, remember the coming storm hit Drizzleland. When it hit, I want you to at least say, you know. So the people who survived Irma, they nailed their shit down. They batten down and they prepare. You ready? Can't say I didn't know. You can't say I didn't know. That's what I do. I make sure you know. Yeah? Let the rest of them lie. This Saturday noon, Stanmore Avenue, 19 Stanmore Avenue. Come out in your thousands. Say, let's rescue this country. We are here to help. What do you need, Phil? We want to get involved. Let's build this Orange Army. Let's create an Orange Revolution. We've come out from behind our computers and phones and standing up for our country. Here we are. Put us to work.
Your vote will decide our destiny. Your vote will decide what you want to be. Your vote can protect our country's fate. But use it well before it's late.
That's what the cup says.
If it is that who you're voting, maybe you're not out.
When you're voting,
Vote them out. Vote them out. If it is the proven,
to be only full of mouth. Remember Faris?
when you're voting,
Chatter boy. Where Faris? Chatter, 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 chatter. Where?
it is the time it's now.
Miss me with your bullshit, brother.
Just as how you vote them in.
Line up just as hard. Vote them out. Get out. Tell Kamla you're fired. Tell Monilal you're fired. Suruj Rambachan, you're fired. Tim Gopi Singh, you're fired. Fire the whole PNM bandit clan. Stuart Young, you're fired. Faris, you're fired. Keith Christopher Mugabe Sabgaroli, you're fired. That's what an election is for. Fire them.
Let's put our country together again.
Power is yours. Power is yours. Don't ever forget that. It's time to get outraged. It's time to get vexed. What is going on in this country is madness. It is time to say this is unacceptable. We do not accept this. We do not like it so. We're not jamming.
If for 30 years you voting them in, and there's only chance as soon as they win, they give you big words and enslave your soul.
Remember Faris, boy?
It's in your road.
Faris had the answer before you asked the question. Where him?
Are the reason
Where
why
Peter Pan?
the economy would sprout. When you're voting, vote them out. Vote them out.
Rowley had the answer for everything. When?
Them alone can bluff.
And now,
When you're voting, vote them out.
Kamala have answers to questions she couldn't answer when she had the office. Like Baz, Pandey all over town. Pandey all over town. Ringing the bell. Basdeo Pandey have the answers now. But he was in office and Ishan Steve and the clan get $1 billion for a cow shed. You didn't have the answers then, Baz. Uncle Baz. Miss me with your bullshit, friend.
Put them out with calypso and joyous refrain. Let's put our country together again.
Election must come. Get registered. Get joined. Let your people know that this is the solution. This is the only opportunity we have. All the rest of them on bullshit. Hitters for hire. All of them is marching bands for a song. No principle, no morals, no scruples, no fiber, no character between the lot of them. You could sell the bunch of them for jackasses. Sail them away in a pirogue. Undo and redo is a fallacy. The theocracy, a catastrophe.
If they cannot cope, and you see it so, then your only hope is for them to go.
55 years is enough.
If it is fabrication, these statements that they spout,
Lies upon lies. That's what they do. Last night he lied to the nation. Today Kamala lied to the nation. Fire them.
when you're voting, before they misuse out, debugs and out and digs up. If it you vote them in,
Vote them out.
register and all of them,
Vote them out.
take your finger and
Vote them out.
them on the system.
Vote them out.
Put them out in Scarborough and in Porter's Bay.
Let's put our country together again.
Put them out in Komuto and in Lauro Bay. Let's put our country together again.
From the hills of Tobago to San Fernando, Cedros, Chagaramas, Toco, Mayaro, get ready. Organize yourself. Your rescue is here. This is the opportunity. We've never had a chance. We have a chance now. No recycled politicians. No deep pocket financiers. Disconnected from the bandit clan. This is new, fresh and different. You want change? This is change.
People must come first. Citizens by right. None of we are worse. Yellow, black or white. Food, shelter and clothes. Free movement and speech.
A garden that grows and one love for each.
If it is that injustice is what they always show, when you're voting, vote them out. If it is that avarice is all they seem to know,
When you're voting,
vote them out. If it is their politics,
it's just a puppy show.
when elections day come,
All bandit must go.
register and if they don't see, stain your finger and show them no mercy. Put them out in total scorn.
And utter disdain.
Let's put our country.
Together again.
Put them out of power.
Terminate their reign.
Let's put our country together again.
Real time, people. Real time. This is real time. The time is now. To the people in Canada, to the Progressive Empowerment Party chapter in Canada, Anil Maraj and Boya Kanik would like to remind you that there is a membership drive in Toronto, 24th September at 11 a.m. at Eldorado Park in Brampton. Walk with what you're eating, cook something and bring to share. The menu is dal, rice and curry duck. My God, I wish I was there. Something else. We are working towards putting our show on TV 1 day a week to start, so it wouldn't interfere with the live video. I'm trying to do both. That show will be broadcast live to you all too. It's 8 to 9. It's costing us, we get a special price, $2,500 an episode. We need to raise those funds. Now, you can either help us behind the scenes, or you can put your brand on it because it's going to be a ratings giant. It's me on TV. All of these dimples, come on, man. They're going to come for it. They're going to line up and they will come and buy what you're selling. Because, you know, I remember my bank manager called me yesterday because night before I tell people the best bank manager in Trinidad is the bank manager in Scotiabank Starlight, Diana Tardy. And she called me to ask me what happened because people was coming to her in the bank to find her to get help and to do their business. This forum, as small as it is, it travels far and people get the information. So, please, if you can, help us. We need help to put the show on the air. $2,500 an episode. You don't have to give the full amount. You can give what you can afford. We don't want to be selling ads, but you can have ads. So, you get to decide if what you want is an ad or if you just want to sponsor out of the goodness of your heart. Trinidad and Tobago's best chance at a rescue We're hoping that going on TV broadens our reach. Right now we're on YouTube and Facebook. We have an app, we have a website. King of all media soon if we get on TV. Yeah, we are getting a radio show every Thursday on 104.7, and we've been told that, so that's coming too. So just now, you'll be able to get your PEP message anywhere, everywhere. Social media, radio, YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp, website, TV. We're coming at you from all sides. The reality that grips all of us tonight is that we are survivors. Mark yourself safe. You make it through another day. Trinidad is a dangerous place to live. We need to undo and redo. We need to fix it. The good news is that it can fix, and it can fix easy. The system is not broken. It was built this way, but we could undo and redo it. We are going to reboot the republic. We are going to tear down the power structure. We are going to disperse the bandit clan to the four winds. In the Bible they say separate it as far as the east is from the west. And that is what we will do. We will ensure that all the people of Trinidad and Tobago, for the first time in our 55 years, will have real representation at the level of government, and starting from the top, coming all the way down. When you're walking licensing office, there ain't gonna be hustlers. It'll be a nice air-conditioned space, and somebody saying, how can I help you? Let me direct you. Yes, you got your check? Go and use that ATM right there, and you pay and you go. Bam, bam, boom. Listen, hospital, education, security, everything. We have a plan for anything, and we're waiting. We're waiting on them mocking pretenders to play the talking debate, because we're waiting to hear what they have to say. How much of them coming to say what we say and then doing nothing. But that's for another show at another time. This Saturday here at noon, I want you to surprise us with your turnout. You need to come out in your numbers. If you're bringing food, bring food to share. Come out Saturday at noon, 19 Stanmore Avenue. We have people who make the trek every week from the far flung. We have a man that's come from Tobago. Ken Biscom comes from Tobago, so he has to wake up early and get himself on the port and do the gamble to get himself here in time for the meeting. If he could come from Tobago, and we have people coming from far, hours of driving, you could come out. We are doing this. We have demonstrated staying power. You know our plans are rock solid. Come and be a part of the Orange Revolution, the only vehicle that will save this nation. Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday. There may be a show tomorrow because it's 9 o'clock, so it's possible. So yeah, until then, stay safe, Trinidad and Tobago.